Okay, so at PAX East 2017, this year, some emails were going around about a surprise game that nobody could talk about, and then it was revealed at PAX East. The license of Reservoir Dogs has been picked up, and a team was working on another Reservoir Dogs game, because there was one prior, which I think was more of a third-person shooter, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I'm Aaron from GameEnthused.com, and this is sort of a early on preview of Reservoir Dogs, Bloody Days. It's coming out on PC, and I think maybe consoles later, but I'm not absolutely sure. So Mr. Brown has to go to the bathroom, and he clearly does. Old habits die hard. So upon finding his gun, he feels obligated to rob the other person in the bathroom, because why not? Now let me just give you a warning. I've seen the movie Reservoir Dogs, but it has been a very long time, so a lot of the references I may not remember. Okay. If you notice some framiness in the video, I was having some technical issues, so I tried to get the parts that seemed the smoothest, but the game played just fine. The actual recording looks a little framey, but playing it, I didn't have any hiccups at all. And this is a preview build. This is not the final build of the game either. So the game kind of takes you solo as Mr. Brown, and then you meet up with, I guess that's, wait for it, Mr. White. And as you can see, there's different descriptors for all the different characters, and they all have different stats. And then Joe Cabot sort of gives you hints and tips and teaches you how to play the game. Good thing Joe was there. So the real, I guess, mechanic of the game is the time mechanic, where the lead character moves first, and then the other character or characters are able to take action afterwards. So everything really happens in tandem, despite you doing them differently. The game will record what you did as the lead character, and then you rewind time, and then take action as the other characters at the same time. Now you can change what happens if you shoot certain characters and things. Sometimes you'll hear sound effects and see blood splatters that are kind of couldn't have happened because you did something different, but you get used to it. It's an interesting mechanic. It kind of takes it from just being like just a strict like running gun to something a little more strategic, if that's how you kind of choose to do it. Having spoken with the developers, and playing it, you could run and gun it, but I would not recommend that. So the mission is over. You tally up, you get your money, you get a slightly passing grade, and check out some more missions. I'm assuming with the money, I think you can like unlock, I guess, other weapons, levels, things like that. So I showed you a really brief snippet of that mechanic. So I'll show you something a little more extended, so you can get an idea of what really happened. So you saw, okay, Mr. White walked up, got killed. So you restart, and the game's kind of made for you to do that. You make mistakes, you go over, you do things differently. You figure out what the enemy placements are. You do a better job of getting the right character there at the right time, either to stop the other character from getting shot, or if you're like me, maybe you just aim better. I am playing with a controller, a Xbox One controller wired into my PC. You can play it with a mouse. In hindsight, that might have been the better decision, but we'll see. Like I said, sorry for the framiness. Like, I didn't even, I was playing it, did not really realize how framey it was until after the fact. So this time I came up on the side with Mr. Brown, shot the two security guards. So things played out differently, which works out better for me. Yeah, I think the mouse aiming is probably a little better than with the controller, but the controller still works. It's functioning. It's not unplayable, but you don't get the precision that you would get with a mouse. Or as I have a Logitech, like, what is this thing? A trackball, marble mouse, whatever. This is a clear example of me doing things very differently. And all the while, you can also rob people and steal money while you're shooting at security guards, and rent-a-cops and things like that. And apparently the melee attacks are, at least in this build, are quite vicious, as you just saw. Almost more effective, riskier than shooting the gun because you're closer, but very effective at crowd control, apparently. So you have to be mindful in the lower right of how much time you have as the second character to take whatever actions you're going to take in the same amount of time that you took actions with the first character. So you can't go beyond the time that the first character took in order to do something because it's capped. Now you can also hit the I think the right bumper if you're the second character, and if you've done everything you needed to do, you can fast forward and catch back up with time. So as you go on, you will get levels where you have 3 players, at least in this build. I'm not sure if there's more, but this gives you a nice visual on how the health is different. Like Mr. Pink only has basically 3 health bars with 3 segments. Mr. Brown has like 5. And I think Mr. White has 4. So it definitely gives you an idea of, you can't feel how they control differently because they are different. They control guns a little differently, and their walking speed definitely is differentiated. But at least the health gives you a nice visual on how different it is between the 2 characters. So far, I think the game has promise. I tend to kind of fall back into a run and gun kind of thing by default, which is not the best for the game, but I do think the time mechanic is interesting. I look forward to playing more and getting better at it. But for a game that kind of came out of absolutely nowhere, I don't know. I think it exceeded my initial expectations of what a Reservoir Dogs game would be in 2017. So, like I said, the preview build, some things can change, but so far I find it quite interesting. Thanks for watching.